When I see people getting married, I don't feel any pressure to get married. I wonder how put together your life must be for you to be capable of deciding that's the next step of your life. At what point of a relationship did you think that if this person pops the question, you will say yes? Or did you think that you were ready to get married to be somebody's wife? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mutrayo, and this is another video. And in this video I just want to talk about something, right? Something that is pressing at this time of our lives. Like, I think from ages 22, 23 upwards, like this topic is really pressing, and that topic is marriage. And I think now that I think about it, probably because we're at that age, we're at that point where we have to make these decisions. I will not really say it's getting to me, because it's not. Because when is your time, these things will definitely fall into place. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, right? I'm not here to talk about whether or not it's getting to anybody, in as much as I know that it's getting to some people, of course, because at the time I was 22, right? 21, 22, I was 7. And there was this friend of mine that was 25. And she kept on complaining, talking to me about it, like she's 25, she's not married yet, this and that. And I remember I used to console her, like not really console, I used to tell her that you still have time, you're just 25. And I was 21, 22, if I'm correct. And now that I'm 25, like I see it now, like it's not like it was getting to her on her own accord. It's not like she was doing that to herself purposely. It's what the society is. It's just her friends doing their thing. People are getting married, their friends are getting married, they are giving birth, they are doing their thing, they're traveling, and you are just there. Like, it's not like these things purposely get to you. So now that I'm in that position, it's not like it's purposely gets to me, or it even gets to me. But you just stumbling on your friend's picture and like, oh, she's married now, she has a child, she has 2 children. Like, it's not like you want to, but you just pause and be like, when will I also, this part of my life, when will I take it seriously, and all of that, right? But that's not the bone of contention in this video. What I actually want to talk about in this video is the part where you guys make the decision. Like, those of you that are married, a friend of mine just did a traditional like 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, and it occurred to me again, like, at what point of a relationship did you think that if this person pops the question, you will say yes? Or did you think that you were ready to get married to be somebody's wife, to start having kids? Like, at what point did you make that decision? Like, what prompted you? Like, what did this person do differently? What has this person done differently? Like, how has this person been able to prove to you over and over again that he or she is worth getting married to, or he or she is worth spending forever with? Like, it's just that decision part that gets to me. Like, the part where you have to decide, the part where you're not even thinking it. You get, like, decide, not like you're sitting down to think about it. Decide, like you already know, like you're even waiting for it. Like, if this person asks me, like, you just mistakenly do, will you? You are going to just grab it and you say yes, 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 I will, yes. Like, do you get, like, the part where you don't even have to stress, the part where you're not overthinking it, the part where this person has proven to you over and over again that there's a future, there's something ahead of us, and the person just asks you and you're like, yes, I will. Like, do you even get overwhelmed by it? Like, even after that this person is the person, like, do you get overwhelmed by it? Like, you just think about everything? Like, even on your wedding day, I'm sure you're thinking like, God, like, I'm really doing this thing. Like, did you get? So, like, that's what this video is about. Like, the part where you're with somebody, and that sooner or later you're going to have to decide to be with this person for the rest of your lives. So I asked my friend, because hers is still pretty much fresh. So I asked her some questions, like, at what point did you know that is the one for you? And at what point you know that if you say yes, if he asks you, you will say yes. I also asked my friend is female, I also asked another person who is a guy this time around, like, okay, what is he going to look out for in a woman, when he's about to settle down. Of course, the person is dating. That's why we court, we date, of course. Like, you have to assess this person. So what are you going to look out for in a woman to make you think that, oh, okay, I want to do forever with this person, And I also asked my female friend as well. So I'm going to be reading out what they said, and I'm going to be talking about it. Yes. So these are the answers to the questions, and as usual, we're going to be reading from our laptop. So I asked her the first question out of 4 questions. I said, when or how did you know you're ready for marriage? And she said, well, I was done with school, service, and I had a job which was quite sustaining. Then I knew that if somebody came and it was in the line of what I was looking for, I would go for it. And she said, when I knew he was the one was when I met my husband. Everything was smooth. I was at peace with myself, and I'm not a lover girl, so hard girl fell in love. Because I was also surprised at this particular friend of mine, because she was not somebody that carried love on her head. So when she told me, like, guy, I'm getting married, I was like, are you joking? Like, is this a prank call? I was really serious. Like, I was arguing with her. I'm like, are you serious? Like, there was no sign, because we still saw recently, probably last year or something. We still saw, and we had this long conversation, like we always do. Like, she's my really close distant friend, like, if you get it. Like, we talk, but she's in another state entirely. So, like, we had this conversation, and normally looking at her, she's not somebody that is really, like she said, that she's not a lover girl. So I was surprised. She told me, I'm like, you are joking. Like, don't prank me. You can't be serious. And when I saw the pictures, I'm like, really? So this girl was actually getting married. Like, I was excited and I was happy, but like she said, she's not a lover girl, so I wasn't even expecting it at all. So she was the right person to even ask these questions, because she wasn't somebody who carried love on her head. So she was like, I'm not a lover girl, and I'm a hard girl, but it was true. No hide and seek, no infidelity questions. I searched and I searched and I found nothing. I told myself, since I have someone who cares and loves me and is kind, is truthful, and was scared of losing me, what else do I want? Really, what else do you want, girl? So that's our response to the first question of when or how did you know that you're ready for marriage. So the next question I asked her was, at what point in your relationship do you think to yourself that you're ready to be somebody's wife? Like, if he proposes, you will say yes. And she says that she'll continue from the first question. Like, after the thoughts were clear, it was clear within herself that she was ready to live with him forever and ever. Okay? So the next question I asked her was, do you feel overwhelmed by everything going on? This was during her trad, and of course she was like, yes, I felt really overwhelmed, the preparation for her trad, which was normal. I kept asking myself, so you're going to be somebody's wife, like, change your name and bear children? Like, it's quite funny. It's really funny. Like, of course we have to definitely get to that stage, but thinking about it alone, like, so I have to leave all this life behind and just be somebody's wife, bear his name, have give birth to children, just have your own life, like, be in charge of a home, be somebody's wife, be somebody's mother, like, be that person. Like, it's still funny to me, because I'm going to be the big person, like, I'm going to be somebody's wife. Me, I'm a baby girl forever. So the next question is, how did you know your husband is the one? So she said, this man literally loved me even before he met me. Meeting me was another adventure itself. We were friends at first. We hadn't seen, just chats, calls, and plentiful video calls. And he was singing it to everyone who cared that he had found a wife, that he has seen a beautiful wife, and that he's marrying her. And that was barely 2 months after they met. And she said on her own part, she was investigating. When we eventually met, he came to visit and nothing still changed. And I did my check-ins, his parents, siblings, friends, I married into a really wonderful family. Even my friend called me and said, you have the best in-laws. You should kneel down every morning to thank God. Like, this is really really beautiful. You know, all this is giving me this oh vibes, like oh like I'm really happy because you know we've heard a lot of stories about marriage. We've heard stories about marriage, in-laws, you know, going into the wrong family, making sure like your spouse's family, they grow to love you, like that's what makes it really beautiful and everything. So you know, she even stating it in this message, like in this text, that she married into the best, you know, like that's really an oh moment for me. So the next question I asked her, okay, she still continued, and you know, and that was it. I think that was the last question I asked her, you know, and I was really happy that she was open with me because like I said earlier, she's a hard girl. She's not really, you know, she's not really expressive like that. But the fact that she really answered my messages and, you know, she typed for long. Thank you, babes. So yeah, that's it from a woman's perspective, somebody who just got married. And I want to talk from that of a man. You know, I asked him, okay, I asked him like what are the things that will help you easily, make your decision as a man, like, oh, I want to go for this girl, I want to propose to her, you know. And he said that she must be working. Of course, why would you marry somebody that is not working? Like, if you're not working 9 to 5, you're an entrepreneur or you're a social media enthusiast, like you just have something that you're doing for yourself that you're making any amount of money from, no matter how little, that you can use to support your family if anything goes wrong. It's not bad if your husband wants to carry 100% of the bill, or if he is carrying 100%, but still have your own in case anything goes wrong at any time, or you need your support with anything at any time. You'll be able to, you know, stand in for him and feel his shoes very very well. So of course it is very very advisable that you be with somebody, a woman or a man who is working, who has something for himself, no matter how little that person earns. Before you settle down for marriage, make sure that your partner is working and they have something that is bringing money in. And he said the next thing is maturity, that he looks forward to, you know, being with a woman who is matured, a woman who can handle differences. You know, when you have issues, you don't just go run into your shell. A woman who is matured, you know, and can take care of, you know, the home. And he says he wants somebody who is mentally ready. Mentally ready also goes with being matured, you know, being able to solve issues when, you know, they occur, you know, being stable and everything. That's another point. And he said character, and I asked character how. Then he says a relationship with people and, you know, the partner. You know, your relationship with people, how you are able to portray yourself, you know, how, you know, you relate with people, you know. You have to be respectful to people. You don't just look down or talk down on people. You know, these things mean a lot. Even as a woman, you don't want to be with a man who is rude or just, you know, talks to anybody anyhow. You know, he mentioned all this, and when he mentioned all these things, he didn't mention love. You know, when my woman said hers, there was love and some moments in that place. And this man didn't mention love. I'm like, guy, you didn't say anything about love. Everything that you have said, love still covers everything. Because if you love a person, you can love a person who is missing one or two of these points. You can love a person who is not working. You can love a person who is not really matured but is matured. You can love a person who isn't mentally ready. You can love a person, and of course that's why, you know, we say flaws or no flaws. So I just feel like the point that you decide. Let me read the tweet to you guys. When I see people getting married all over the place, I don't feel any pressure to get married. What happens is I wonder how put together your life must be for you to be capable of deciding that's the next step of your life. That is what I envy, the ability to decide. Like, for real, like the ability to decide. Like, how do people decide these things? Like, I don't know, Sha. Maybe when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it and I'll be able to, you know, answer myself, because I'm very, very curious as well. Like, how do you decide? Like, how do you know that, oh God, this person, when this person asks me, I'm gonna just be all over the place and, you know, even cry. You know, I see all these proposal videos and they're crying. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll cry too. I don't know. But, you know, it's just, you know, one of the major things in life. You know, life is in stages. you just get to that point where you cannot stop thinking about this thing, no matter how you try not to think about it, because of course you come across these things on a daily. But it's now how you handle the pressure, or how you handle what you see, what you hear, what you learn, is how you handle it and how matters. If you allow it get to you too much, you don't have a solution to it, you don't have a control over it. So why would you let that thing get to you and, you know, put you in that mood which you don't want yourself to be? You can be in a mood for 2 minutes and you just snap back to reality that, guy, we move, you know, you dust it, do you get the point? So you don't have to just be in that bad mood. You know, you're like, oh, everybody's doing this thing, and when will it be my turn? When will I do this? When will I do that? But when you see that you are in that mood for like 1-2 minutes and you just snap back to reality, you're like, my own twin is coming, jo, you know, don't pressure. Who are you putting that pressure on? Don't pressure me. Do you get the point? So I hope that this video I've been able to give hope to those that have probably lost hope, and I'm able to, you know, reduce pressure to those that are going through pressure. Some people are actually going through it, and some, the pressure is not even personal pressure, family pressure is there, you know, or maybe your sisters are doing these things and, you know, you're supposed to have done yours as well, or your parents are just like, I want to see your kids, I want to, you know, it gets to some people more than it gets some people, and it gets hotter. And some people that, you know, they are not living alone, they are staying with their parents, you know, it's these things are unavoidable. Your parents will always bring it up, no matter how hard you try to shut them up, they will always bring this marriage conversations. So I just hope that this video gives you hope, and, you know, it helps you to calm down, and it also helps those that are in the decision stage to decide, like, you know, you can just sit down, think of all the beautiful memories that you've had with your partner, think of the good things. And one thing I want to also start is, you know, writing things in your notes, the things that your partner does for you that makes you happy, or the little things that makes you feel that they are thoughtful of you. Start writing it down. This will also aid your decision. Like on the days where you are really angry at this person, you can just go to those notes and be like, oh, you did this, you get the things that, the cute little things that you have written down that might not even matter to your partner but matters to you. You can just go over it, you know, and read it. Like, just have your special moments, right? So I just hope that this video does whatever it is that in my heart I feel like it could do, or it would do to anybody. I just feel like talking about this, and it has been on my mind for like 2-3 weeks. It's not like I'm going through anything. I'm just 25, and it's never about age. People get married younger, you know, 21, 20, they have their kids, you know, they're happy about life, you know, they are doing great things. So it's not even about age at the moment. It's just about, you know, the stages in life. After this is next. After this is next. That's how life has designed itself to be, right? And when is the time to get married? I hope that we marry right. I pray that we marry right. You know, we marry into a peaceful home where we're going to, you know, have more achievements, where your partner, our partner, is going to be your greatest support system, your #1 fan, and is going to, you know, be with you every single step of the way. So guys, I've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you end up enjoying it, and if you watch up onto this point, thank you so much. I'm really grateful. See you in my next video. Bye.